Fine. We were discussing about the critical factors for inoculum development. So, as I already told you, all once you take care of your inoculum, once you take care of your microbial property, you have to take care of these aspects for inoculum development. So, media is the second important thing. First important thing is microorganism, and second important thing is the media. And as I told you, there are two types of media, and inoculum quantity also matters, which I told you that you have to standardize based on it. You have to standardize it based on which organism you are using, and I told you stages are there during fermentation for inoculum development, and the scale up will differ for bacteria and fungi. So here this slide you can just see. Uh, this example will tell you the difference between seed medium and production medium. So you can see vitamin B12 is a product. Let us assume you want to produce vitamin B12 in large scale. So when you can use any organism. For example, let us assume you are using lactobacillus. So you are using lactobacillus to produce vitamin B12 in large scale. You can see two columns are given, uh, three columns totally. Totally four are there. The first column is vitamin. Vitamin B12 is a product you are producing. Second column is the media composition: sugar, beet, molasses, sucrose, betaine, NH4, H2PO4, ammonium phosphate, then ammonium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, zinc sulfate, then dimethyl benzimidazole. All these are called as media components, and you in the third and fourth column you can see grams per liter. It is grams per liter. uh, Two columns are there, 2 grams per liters are given. One is for seed medium, the one towards the left hand side, that is next to your media component. That column is for seed medium, and the last column is for production medium. You can just see that the seed medium and the production medium, as I told you, two types of medium is there. By now you should be knowing seed medium is for just to grow the organism, production medium is to grow plus product formation. You can just see here the composition of the medium differs for both seed medium and production medium. Molasses, for example, you take, we are using 70 grams of molasses per liter in seed medium, but in production medium we are using 105 grams of molasses. So more molasses is used for production medium. The reason you know by now that production medium more molasses is given so that the organism can grow plus it has to produce product. Same way you can see sucrose is not given in seed medium, but sucrose is incorporated in production medium. Same way betaine is incorporated in production medium, and ammonium phosphate is not incorporated in production medium, and ammonium sulfate is incorporated in both seed and production medium, but the composition it varies. Some components same we use. You can see magnesium sulfate, it is same for both seed and production medium. Zinc sulfate also we are using 4 times more than what we use in seed medium, and the last component also it is same. So what I'm telling here is seed medium, production medium, both composition differs, so that organism can be grown in seed medium, and organism can grow and produce product in the production medium. But one thing you have to remember, students, is that too much of difference should not be there between seed and production medium. This difference what I have put here is fine. If more difference is there, then organism will not get adapted. Adaptability also you have to remember. So too much difference between seed medium and production medium also will affect your process. So keeping all this in mind, you have to devise the seed and production medium for your fermentation process. Next is this is an example of how this is an example for a bacteria. Just observe this example. You can reproduce the same example in the exam also. This example, this is scale up of fermentation process when you are dealing with bacteria. See here, the first point you see stock culture. That is, this stock culture means something in a test tube, a slant. In a slant you have a culture with you. Okay, or not even a slant, you can consider it as a lyophilized vial. You have seen a lyophilized vial in our lab. which is kept at minus 20 degrees Celsius. It will be freezed culture, freezed powdered culture, lyophilized culture we call it as. It will be kept it would be kept at minus 20 degrees Celsius. We can keep it for 2 years to 8 years. So that is called stock culture, or lyophilized culture we call it as, lyophilized in skim milk, and kept for years together. Without subculturing, you can keep it for many years, up to 7 to 8 years you can store it. That culture is called stock culture. From there you are, so this culture is called as dehydrated and physiologically inactive culture we call it as. When you inoculate it in maintenance medium is agar slope. When you this is called revival of culture. Revival means bringing the culture from physiologically inactive state to physiologically active state. That is called as revival of culture. So when you revive the culture, we call it as maintenance culture, which is done on agar slope and incubated for 4 days at 28 degrees Celsius. This is for bacteria I am telling. After 4 days at 28 degrees Celsius, from maintenance medium you have to transfer it into first stage. I told you in the previous slide, there are just see here, there are stages are there, I told you. So first stage seed culture, first stage we call. So you can just see it is 2 liters. dm cube means liters. 2-liter flask containing 600 ml medium inoculated with culture from one slope. So that means from maintenance culture you are inoculating, from the maintenance culture you are inoculating it into seed culture. This is called first stage, that is 2-liter flask containing 600 ml medium, and you are keeping it for 48 hours. That is for 2 days you are keeping it under shaker incubator at 28 degrees Celsius. Once turbidity forms, once the organism has grown, you are going to transfer it. That is from first stage you are going for second stage. Second stage you can see the difference. See students, the main difference in scale up is increase in volume. Every step you can see there is an increase in volume. So what is the difference between first stage and second stage? You can see in second stage the volume has increased. The flask you can see, from 2-liter flask you are going to use a 40 to 80 liter fermenter you are using, and the media quantity also you should see 25 to 50 liter medium it is. That is from 600 ml you are going to 25 to 50 liter medium, and you are going to inoculate your culture. That is 1 to 1.2 percentage of the culture is inoculated from first stage to second stage, and it is kept for incubation at 32 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 hours. So slightly the incubation temperature also starts varying when you are going for scale up. So this is stage 2. From stage 2 you can see, from stage 2 directly you are going to inoculate in production medium. So in production medium you can see it is 500 liter fermenter containing 300 liter medium, production medium, and you are going to inoculate 5% of your second stage seed culture. Now you are going to incubate it at 32 degrees Celsius for nearly 160 hours. This is flow chart. We will clearly explain to you how scale up is. This is what is the scale up of fermentation process. Scale up here means final goal is production culture, production medium. You are starting from stock culture and you are reaching production culture. That is called scale up of fermentation. This is an example for bacteria. For fungi, if you see, it is like this. A test tube is there, same concept. Test tube is there containing your culture, the organism. You are transferring it. See here, when you come to fungi, the difference between fungi and bacteria is, in case of fungi it is spores. So bacteria you will take the loopful. Fungi you can't take a loopful of culture. So we usually do spore suspension. You are just observe it. You are taking the spore and you are suspending it in a special bottle. Can you see a special bottle? This bottle is called Roux bottle. It is bottle specially made for inoculum development, fungal inoculum development. For that purpose it is specially made bottle. We call it as Roux bottle. It is kept slantingly down, and why we keep it like this is more surface area is provided for fungi to form spores. So In this, media quantity is less, but surface area is more in the rocks bottle, so that the fungi will form a lot of spores. From rocks bottle, the spores are collected and inoculated into uh, seed culture. That is, this is scale up. You can just see it is inoculated in a 100 liter fermenter. It is inoculated containing 75 liter medium, and it is kept for 72 hours at 28 degrees Celsius. So aseptically you have to do the inoculation. That is very important. 100 ml you have to inoculate from rocks bottle into vegetative seed, 100 liter fermenter. From seed you are going to inoculate finally into production stage. That is, from 100 liter seed you are going to inoculate into 2000 liter fermenter. So from the seed culture you are going to inoculate into production medium, and you are going to keep it at for 90 hours at 28 degrees Celsius for fermentation to happen. So what you have seen in the last two slides are how scale up of how inoculum is developed. This is how inoculum is developed for bacteria, and this is how inoculum is developed for fungi. That is how. So today's class was on scale up of fermentation process. Only one parameter we have seen. What is it? Inoculum development parameter. So two more parameters are there, which we will see in our next PPT classes. So hope you have understood the topic.